Welcome back to the Untamed Texas podcast. We are back. Brand new season. The reborn season, season 2. A lot of changes coming on. I know it's been a couple months since we've last talked. I am still the Timberwolf, the owner, the host, and our co-host Heat Daddy couldn't be with us today. He's still busy trying to catch up and get his daily life in order. But we have a new co-host. I'd like to introduce y'all to Trey Taylor, the Texas Ninja.
What's happening, y'all?
How's it going, Trey?
That's going good, brother. How you doing?
Good. So tell us about yourself, man.
So Trey Taylor, Texas Ninja. Been on season 6 and 7 of American Ninja Warrior. I do a lot of Spartan races, mud runs, all that good stuff. And I like to just stay healthy as possible all around, mind, body, soul, all that good stuff. And especially right now during 2020, you got to stay positive, man, because there's so much chaoticness going on right now.
Especially right now.
It's so crazy. Like every day there's something. Every day. So anyways, man, my motto is to just live life, man, and have a good time. So thanks for having me on, man. And I'm glad to be the new co-host. And let's do this, bro. I'm excited.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a great new season. We are going to make it 15 episodes. I know last season it was not the scheduled 15 episodes that we promised, but shit happens.
That's true.
You can't.
It does.
Can't avoid it sometimes.
Especially when there's a big shit,
Yeah, a huge shit. So you said that you did American Ninja Warrior. You do the mud races. I do some. I know I compete in the Murph.
Nice.
Every year.
That's tough, dude. I have not done that yet. That's on my bucket list, dude. How was that?
Brutal. And it sucks because I've done it every year, but every year I'm a different size.
So do you have to wear a vest doing that too?
Oh,
I think it's like a mile, and then it's crazy.
It's a mile, and then you got to do like 100 push-ups, then it's like 200 pull-ups, and then 300 sit-ups, and then another mile. And you time yourself. And my record time to this day was like an hour straight doing it.
Nice. That's
but
tough.
This year, when I did it, as 2020 sucked so bad, my time was like an hour and 45 minutes, which was like the most degrading thing.
Working on that dad bod, bro. You got to get in shape, bro. I'm just kidding, man.
Yeah. We're getting there, though. We're getting back to basics. Like I said, why it took so long is Heat Daddy needed a break, and Heat Daddy, you listen to season 1.
Yeah, I've never met him, but
he's a good guy. He had a lot of shit going on, and it just became one of those things where it was hard for him to keep up with. And then Justin Appleseed sadly resigned from being a co-host. Him and I actually started the show together.
Yeah.
And he lived in Alaska, and I lived in Willis.
Yeah.
Still live in Willis. He still lives in Alaska, but he just constantly couldn't make it because his wife got corona.
Ooh, yeah, I know something about that, bro.
Yeah, you had it too.
I did.
How was that?
I honest to God, I would prefer the corona over the flu.
Really?
I was sick with the coronavirus for 2 days to where I didn't feel good. I had body aches. I never ran. Fever, though. And I never, got sick or anything like that. I just didn't feel good. And I tested – my coworker tested positive. So our company shut down and made everybody get tested. And I was the only one out of the entire rest of the company that got positive as well. And so, obviously, I couldn't return back to work until I got a negative result. So I didn't think I had it. I felt fine. It was around 4th of July. I had to cancel my 4th of July party.
I remember
I invited a lot of people for 4th of July.
I remember that.
And I had to cancel it because I had to go get tested the following Wednesday. And 4th of July, I think, was on a Saturday. So Saturday, I had bought like $200 of fireworks, bro. And so I was like, screw this, man. I'm just going to set them all off.
Slide them up.
So I lit them all off by myself because I was all, nobody's here. I got to go get tested.
Honestly, because at that time, I'm thinking July. Yeah, July, I was still working where I was working at. And I was around Corona every fucking day.
Yeah, it was nuts, man.
If I would have known that at the time, I would just come over because I would have been like, dude, I'm around it so often.
Yeah, I didn't even think I had it. So 4th of July, I set off all $200 worth of fireworks. Just in the pasture, I have like a little bit of acreage with me and my wife, and dude, I set it all off. And so the next day, it was like Sunday. I didn't really feel good because I thought it was all the smoke from the fireworks. And I was like, man, so I couldn't breathe. You know what I mean? Plus, there was like a Sierra dust storm like a couple days before that.
As if to add on.
So I'm like,
it.
you know what? It's just all the smoke and the Sierra dust, you know, and like whatever. And so I had to go get tested Wednesday. So Monday and Tuesday, I didn't feel good. I thought it was the fireworks smoke, right? So I just whatever. And I went and got tested Wednesday, and my results came back positive. I was like, get out of here. But I felt like Wednesday, I felt fine when I went to go get tested. But it only lasted 2 days. And they're like, yeah, you got corona. You need to stay home, quarantine for 2 weeks. I'm like, get out of here. Are you serious? Because literally that Wednesday, you know what I mean? I'm a health offender. I ran 2 miles.
Right.
I ran 2 miles Wednesday, and I worked out. And then before, I had to go get tested. So they were like, when it came back positive, I was like, get out of here. I just worked out. Like, there's no way. They're like, you should probably get off your feet and rest. I'm like, no, I'm pretty healthy. Like, I'm a healthy person. Right. And so I had to let my boss know. And they're like, you need to quarantine and go get another test in 2 weeks. And I'm hard-headed. I felt fine for those next 14 days. So I tried to schedule my appointment earlier. So I got tested 13 days later instead of 14.
Right.
So I got early, you know what I mean? Like, so I went 13 days and it came back another positive, dude. I was like, there's no way. So I had to quarantine. I let my boss know. I was like, hey, I had to send my results to my boss. He's like, yeah, well, you need to stay home 2 more weeks. I got so much stuff done. My wife was so happy. I was like, okay. But honest to God,
I didn't know the second. I knew you had it the first.
It came back positive twice. But dude, I only felt bad for 2 days. I've had the flu where I've ran fever.
Right.
And I was getting sick out of both ends. Like body, the flu is way worse in my case than the corona. So
I think a lot of the coronavirus is, and this is what I said before on season 1 when it actually first came out, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
In season 1, coronavirus came out.
Yeah.
The coronavirus, in my opinion, it's all about the person. Mm-hmm. You know, young studs like us, fit and everything else. We're not going to really have any problems because our immune system's to the max usually.
Yeah.
But, you know, you get to the elderly or someone who has a pre-existing condition,
but
it might screw you up.
But same thing with the flu and everything else, right? Yeah. So I try to be realistic when it comes to that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, even if an old person with a really bad immune system, if they catch the flu or anything, really, it's not good for them. So
they end up in the hospital usually.
As far as like shutting down the economy and all that, man, there's so much I can talk about on that, bro. But
we will get into that.
Oh man, I'm telling you, like.
But on the lighter side of COVID, though, I do have to say I like how we're still kind of there for each other.
Oh yeah. I've seen a lot of good in humanity through this. I have. There's a lot of negativity on the media and all that crap, but like when it comes down from what I've seen in person, I have seen people come together and unite, and you know what I mean?
There was that period of everyone was like, okay, we're here. Mm-hmm. We're going to get through this together. And there's a lot of conspiracies on why it got the way it did.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure a lot of people have gone down the rabbit hole a couple times. You know what I mean?
Y'all know back from season 1, we went down that rabbit hole about why we thought that how one day it's, we're going to be okay, we're going to get through this pandemic together. And the next day it's a separation of races, political views, and parties. Mm-hmm. And that's just how it was. And it still is that today, sadly. Unfortunately. But, hey, there's going to be a vaccination coming out soon, so that's good.
Yeah, it's so great. I'm not taking it.
Neither
I don't even take the flu shot, dude. I took the flu shot one time. I got sick in the dog, man. I'm not doing that again.
Speaking of that BS, you might have to. Because they have said that, I heard that
they're going to make it mandatory, like to go to school.
Well, not really. Well, they haven't gone that far yet. There is that little whiffer in the wind because I heard that the shows like concerts and stuff, you now, in order to buy a ticket and then show up to the concert, you either have to have a proof of having the vaccination or B, be COVID free and have a test that says you are 24 hours prior to the concert.
So for me, have you ever seen I Am Legend?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Have I ever seen it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna be that guy that's gonna let everybody take this vaccination
And then
or
watch
whatever.
it all.
I'm gonna wait for everybody to turn into zombies.
Exactly.
And me and my dog are gonna be cruising the streets, man. Just
Yes.
like, nah, not doing
That's
that,
what I
man.
was saying to him. Like, there's gotta be. And another thing, it was crazy. And like I've told you, and like y'all know, I'm a constitutionalist, independent. I'm neutral for both. I look on both sides of the water.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to me how Trump said we're gonna have a vaccination in a couple weeks, couple months. Now we actually have one coming in a couple months, but yet Joe Biden's taking all the credit for it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say
I feel-
anything,
I don't
but
know.
I think I you're on the bandwagon there, my man.
I
You
am.
kind of need to get off that.
So for me, I'm pretty much considered a conservative. Just the way I grew
You're
up.
trying to be the Hodge twins.
I do it. Yeah. We got a dang good show. That's a good idea. I love the hot man. Those boys, they crazy. I love the
Last
accents.
season, we were gonna try to get a little call-in thing
Oh
going
man,
with them.
I could try to reach out to them.
I've been sending them emails like, "Come on, you gotta just." I'm not gonna judge you in
Man,
any ways.
That's so funny. That is so funny. Like I love them.
They're
guys,
great.
man. I really do. But it's you just got to think for yourselves. You can't be
And that's their
sheep.
message,
You can't
yeah.
be puppets. Just think for yourselves, man. Like that's
be
really what
untamed.
that's what it comes down
That's what
to.
it comes down to.
You know, it's just be yourself. But like the media blows everything out of the water, and just use your brain and fact check everything. Stop
Yes.
believing everything you see. I mean,
Believe what you want to believe. If
Yeah.
you and that doesn't mean anything, because there's gonna be someone out there like, oh, they just want us to vote for Trump. And we're not saying that.
No.
If you think that what Joe Biden is saying is what you want out of life, then hey, that's all for you. That at least you're thinking for yourself.
Right. And for me, I look at someone, if I was, all right, check this out. If I'm a boss, okay, and I'm interviewing two people for a job position, right? And someone with a gray hat comes in and some guy with a green hat comes in. The guy with a gray hat, and he's like, hey, this is all the stuff I've done in 4 years or whatever. And then I'm like listing all this stuff off. And then the guy with the green hat comes in and he's been doing the same job for 30 plus years and he's, got only a couple things. Like obviously for me, the person with the gray hat that's gotten all this stuff done, I'm gonna hire that guy,
Right.
referring to, to Trump versus Biden. Like, I mean, I wish Trump could be better at speaking and not be such
Be more of a politician than
Well,
a businessman.
not really that, but just be a better speaker and just be
Right.
more. I don't know. You know how he
But
is,
see,
man. Like he
here's
comes
what-
off arrogant, which
Yeah.
I get, but at the same
he's
time,
got
like,
an ego on.
he gets it done though. Like I look at the job, right? Like if you get the job done, awesome.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to for me. But I just wish he was better at speaking as the president. I wish he wasn't so arrogant, but at the same time, he's getting the job done. You know what I mean? As far as the voting goes, there's all kinds of fraud and all this crap going on, this and that. Like every vote, in my opinion, counts, but it has to be legal.
Yes,
It can't be from
it has to
dead
be-
people. It
or-
can't be from illegals. It has to be a legal vote from someone that lives here.
100%.
And even if you came from a different country, as long as you are legal now and you can vote,
and you
yes,
have your
it counts.
citizenship, then there you go.
Exactly.
You can vote. That's what is in the Constitution.
And that's what's going on right now, where we're at in today. So
And the guy who ever made every vote matters, dude, you need to really go back and fact check yourself.
But you gotta understand too. Some of these voting polls, man, they came from Venezuela,
Yeah,
and I've got a buddy
saw
I
that.
work with. He is from Venezuela, and he tells me on a daily. He's like, if we ever get to even close, we're headed down that path. He's like, you do not want to live there right now. I mean, people in the government in Venezuela, if you don't agree with them, they'll shoot you on the street, and guess what? They ain't gonna get in trouble.
You know what's crazy about the whole Venezuela thing?
What's up?
There's a show on Amazon
Mm-hmm.
called Jack Ryan.
Oh, dude, I just started watching that a week ago.
Oh man, I don't want to spoil it.
No, I'm on season 2. They're in Venezuela right now.
So you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I do.
And
It's a good
everything.
show. I'm not promoting it, but at the same time.
John Krinsky, if you want to come on the show, let us know.
Let's go.